What time is it? Can you imagine that? I don't think I've ever been early for a day's work in my life. But that's the thing, it's not work. That's probably why I'm early. It's probably because I'm not getting paid that I actually want to do it. It's backwards, isn't it? That's me all over. Ow. Here we go, another day in paradise. I've just been to the food bank to pick up the food, and there were some new people there. I mean, they're getting busier and busier. And Terry's gone, "This is Bradley from Bromley, everyone." He's one of our reliable regulars. So I'm obviously doing something right. All the other drivers are, I don't know, they're struggling.
Realize that fear is simply an illusion, that you are, in fact, a totally infinite consciousness.
So last night, I had a little brainwave. Because Terry's always talking about the personal touch. So what I've done is I've written up these little cards, and they're sort of like inspirational quotes, sort of like a thought of the day, and I'm going to put it in with the shopping. Be the rainbow in someone's cloud. I've not got any colours, but turn off your mind and go on an adventure. Someone who stands for nothing will fall for anything. That's sort of like a warning. Just close your eyes, forget your name, forget the world. Now go insane. That might be inappropriate. Oh, this is my favourite. Remember the nights that turned into morning and the friends that turned into family. That for me just reminds me of like, just good times, you know, and that when this is all over, we're going to get that back. It's an idea.
And we have the limitations of the world that we live in, which are basically the perception of consequence.
Apparently there's enough unused Bluetooth in the air to power like a small village. And if Glastonbury is basically the size of a small village, then I reckon there's got to be a way that we can sort of Bluetooth it out to everyone. I've just dropped off at this house. As I walked up to it, I've got to admit, I was like, bloody hell, who needs help here? It was huge. Mercedes out front. I mean, it was an old one, but still. I've knocked on, I left the parcel on the floor, and this old fella opens the door. Fred, his name was. And I thought I'd ask him how he was, you know, because I could tell he wanted a chat. His wife died a month ago. Obviously, he does need help. So what I've done, I've taken his number. I'm going to give him a call. I love a chat myself anyway.
Breathe in insight and let go of illusion.
Sometimes when I'm watching telly, I realise that I'm actually just looking at the bit of wall above it and thinking about other stuff. And then I sort of come to and be like, oh, I don't even know what's going on in this show now. Because I've just been like zoned out. So in a way, I sort of meditate anyway.
Concentrate. Think the colour purple. Attention between the eyebrows.
I'm on fire today. I've finished my rounds. I've not even been out an hour. I'm going to head back to the food bank because Terry said if I can get back in good time, I can do another round. Whoever bulk bought all the tin tomatoes at the beginning of all this, you better be using them now. You shouldn't really be buying any kind of tomatoes this time of year. If you buy tomatoes in winter, what they are is they're actually held captive and forced to ripen. So, one, they don't taste as good, but also it's quite cruel, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, with this weather we're having, I reckon you probably could ripen a tomato in it. You got people sunbathing, people having barbecues. The thing is they're going to ruin it for the rest of us. I mean, to be fair, the only reason I know that there were so many people out is because I was out as well. There's no point tutting at people in the queue at Tesco if you're in the queue. There was some woman on her phone last time I was there and she was like, oh, everyone's trying to buy this, everyone's trying to buy that. It's like, you're in the queue! Nobody thinks they're the problem. That's the problem. Time for my second load. Yes. Terry's going to be well happy.
Travelling a reasonable distance to exercise is okay. So I can't see that I'm not allowed to do that.
So what are you going to do? I mean, it can't be. I mean, obviously, I can't talk to your husband, but how do you feel about him being arrested?
Well, he's been
No!
arrested now because he was actually filming the.
He got
Oscars.
nicked.
I don't think we're very pleased about that. Well, I think we'll probably go there again tomorrow because it's the safest place. We want to keep well away from people who stay.
Her husband's got nicked for being where he shouldn't be, and they're going to go again tomorrow. You cannot tell this country what to do. They are a flipping nightmare. That's what my mum always used to say to me. She's like, if I want to get you to do something, I tell you you're not allowed to do it. It didn't always work, mind. If you tell her like a 10-year-old, oh, you're not allowed to clean the kitchen. You know what I mean? I'm not that stupid. But that's the thing. If you give people the option, you've got to be careful. Because they just might take it. Tell me I'm not allowed to leave my house, and now look at me. This tune is naughty. This tune is in detention. Detention was actually my favourite lesson in school. I mean, I know it's not actually a lesson, but it's the same length as one. It's basically all the funniest kids in school getting together at the end of the day. Suspend the tune! Expel the tune! I was in detention like every night of the week, basically. I remember Miss Hopkins, she said, Delaney, that's detention for you. Tomorrow. Can't do tomorrow, miss. Already got a detention. Well, when can you do? I got my diary out and I said I'm fully booked for the next 3 weeks. She was livid. She still give me the detention. Like, if I ever got in trouble, I'd always go to my nan first before I went to like my mum. Probably because she was a bit of a softer touch, do you know what I mean? And that she had a better way of dealing with it. She's like, whereas my mum would just sort of like fly off the wall and just go nuts. Whereas my nan would be a bit more collected about it. And I'm a bit more like that myself. Like I can relate to her a bit more. Because she wouldn't just bollock me. That was raw, mate. Like, how is that even possible? That a woman with 3 kids has to live like that? What can you do? It is actually eye-opening. If you think about Fred earlier, living in this huge house, and then that poor woman, like, and they're practically neighbours. Everyone needs help, isn't it? I've just phoned up Fred. I was like, it's Bradley. I dropped off some food for you earlier. He's like, oh yeah. I just thought you might want, you know, a little bit of a chat or something, someone to talk to. He said, no, not really. It's a shame really, because I'm good with old people. But I know when I'm not needed. Right, I need to actually get some food of my own now. Do nan shopping.